Welcome to the Be Happy Now show. Flex your soul connection muscle and be your inner guide to fulfillment and purpose. I'm Claudia-Sam. If you know that you're here for a bigger reason, this is the place to be. Together, we ditch the self-care guilt and quit the go with less fear and more trust. Tune in to living life in alignment with your full potential. The Be Happy Now show starts now. Hi, I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm just sharing with you a little intro before I open the episode for today for you, because this was a pop-up workshop where I invited the Be Happy Now show crew, so the people of my community who choose to be supported and coached once a month for free after the Be Happy Now show episode recording. And today's pop-up workshop was really, really cool. I mean, they're all really, really cool. And now that Jenny is my producer, we have a little bit more flexibility in terms of time length of the show. So I thought I would add a little bit more time to the episode today so that you have the full Be Happy Now show episode. And then at the end, I'm adding a few extra questions that the participants of the pop-up workshop had, so that it actually ties everything together. And it was it will be beneficial for you to hear my answers to those questions. There are analogies in there that you might resonate with, especially if you feel like you sometimes wake up feeling off track and you wonder, well, why is it always affecting my whole day? And how can I not let the feeling of being off track affect my whole day? So we are talking about that. I'm giving an analogy for that could be really helpful for you. And I'm also exchanging a little bit of wisdom and of aha that I got after receiving a question from one of my clients. And so here you go. The first part will be the Be Happy Now show, about 25 minutes. And then you will have a little bit of the pop-up workshop, just a tiny bit behind the scenes of the answers that I've given, also to keep the privacy of the people who were there. You will not hear them. You might hear me say their names, but you will not hear them. It will only be just me. I am excited for you. And yeah, here we go. Welcome to another episode of the Be Happy Now show. Yes, we are in a pop-up workshop, and today it's all about creating connection with yourself. Yes, connection with the self, so that you don't feel like you're falling off track, so that wherever you are on your journey to being in alignment with your purpose, to feeling more calm, to feeling like life is happening for you, feeling like your goals are being reached, well, we get to create a connection with ourselves. When we're not connected to ourselves fully, well, we might feel like it's wobbly and we might feel like we're just not always in alignment. So welcome to those who are live with me on the pop-up workshop. Everyone who's here, you get to be part of the Be Happy Now show crew. And you really help me to cater the Be Happy Now show episodes to what you need. And today's show is inspired by one of my clients, Jeannie, who is also on my team. And Jeannie had a beautiful question in the Tune and Journey growth group that she's in. And I wanted to share that question because she really inspired me to focus the episode on that. If ever you're curious about joining more of the Be Happy Now show crew pop-up workshops, they're free and they're once a month. Just head over to the BeHappyNowShow.com and click on receive notifications weekly, and you'll get to know what the show's about and help me cater it to you. Okay. One of the things that I hear a lot from the members of my community is, I'm doing all these things and I really want to do yoga more and meditate more often and put myself first, and I just can't keep it up. It feels like I'm not actually being consistent with the thing that I want to do. And the question that Jeannie asked me was, how do we stay connected with positive energy source when we feel tired, when the body feels when we're going through different hot flashes, when we're anxious, when we are stuck in emotional ups and downs. And what do we do? How can we stay connected to the self, to what's really important to us when we feel like financial pressure? And we're going to explore this today. So tell me in the comments, for those of you who are live with me, does that feel like a question that you also ask yourself? If you're listening anywhere you're listening to this podcast or watching, please share a comment or email me. I'm happy to also receive your answers that way. Yes, Jen. So absolutely, you ask yourself that question too. Okay, thank you. I call positive energy source that thing you feel that you can't touch, like energy, instead of saying the universe, or instead of saying God, or instead of saying the name of a God, or there's no one right way here. I'm just offering up what I say for myself. The words that I feel the most connected to are positive energy source. And I love that because it could also be love, capital L, love, could be your way of saying, I want to connect to that bigger energy. And to connect to myself, I get to tap into that ever-flowing river of love. That could be it for you as well. And so I'm just inviting you to tune in right now to what it is that you want to use as the term or the word or the feeling or the vision that you get to connect to. Yes, today is all about connecting to yourself. And the thing is, you are part of this bigger energy. So when we think about connecting to the small s self, it might look like we're connecting to the ideas that we have. We connect to the actions we take. We connect to the way we show up in the world, the way we say yes to things, the quote unquote doing small s self. That might be what it looks like to connect to ourselves. And what I'm inviting us to play with today is the connection to the big S self, capital S self. And that is the bigger energy, that one that is hard to touch and grasp because we can't really understand it. We can't or I'm going to speak for myself. I don't know for sure 100% what it means, this positive energy source. I don't 100% know for sure where it comes from and what it's made of. I just know it's there. And when I connect to that source, and hence positive energy everywhere, source, always going, always present, always flowing, it just helps me remember that, wow, I don't need to worry. I don't need to think that I need to work so hard to make things happen because there's this source that flows through me, this energy of love, of positivity, of knowing that I'm safe, of knowing that I'm okay, knowing that I can't actually fall off track. What's the track? Who says there's a track? But if you're here, you might want to feel on track. And it's quite normal because, for me, when I was at school, we were told, we would have a curriculum and then we would be told, okay, this is the one way you have to go. This is what you have to study. This is the formula that you have to take to get to a specific place. And don't get me wrong, with the tune-in method, my clients go through the tune-in method and that kind of gives them a guideline, but it's not the only one way. And they cater it to them. They shape it. They use it however they need to use it. I want to ask you a question. What does feeling on track look like for you? When you think about, yeah, wow, I'm so on track. Things are flowing. Things are going well. I get things done. I'm on track. I'm on top of things. What does it look like for you to be on track? And perhaps that's where there's no emotion. perhaps being and feeling on track is like, yeah, there's no negativity. There's no worry. There's no anxiety. There's no depression. There's no problem. There's no bump in the road. It's a clear sky summer day. There's no wind. There's no different seasons. It's just good. Does that resonate with you? Is that what it feels like to be on track? The second question I have for you is, what does feeling off track look like? What does feeling off track look like? So I'm going to share what I'm getting in the comments here about feeling on track, and then we'll go into the off track. So Emma, you feel content and full of joy. Yes, when you're on track. Okay, so this is the excitement in your heart. Oh, thank you. I love that. I can feel that. And I want to celebrate you, Emma, because this is a feeling, right? This is you embarking in a new era, in an Emma 3.0 of like, I feel this way. It's not just things I have to do, because I'm guessing that used to be the old Emma, your old self. Let me know if that makes sense for you. And Jen, on track, not being behind, being relaxed, having time to stop and breathe and actually think. Okay, yeah, taking that time to process things, not feeling like you need to go and do. Oh, can you feel that in your body? Like, oh yeah, that feels pretty good. Cool. Thank you for playing. What does feeling off track look like? What does feeling off track look like? It could be like nothing's working. Nothing's working. You stumble and fall. People are canceling appointments. You arrive late, right? Maybe feeling off track just means like it's not flowing. Just there's something like someone is trying to block you from feeling good. Maybe feeling off track is like, whoa, I've had so many emotions. I can't do anything. It's like if I'm being stopped by my own emotions. I don't have time to process them, but they're there and I feel like a victim. Emma, feeling off track looks like busy, brain fog. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I can totally relate to that. Brain fog being like, you can't think clearly. It feels like you're not getting the answers. Recently, I've been feeling like my decision making was blurred. I think that's an exact term that I used. Usually I make decisions quickly from the intuition. I get a clear direction of where to go and what to do. And for like a day, it felt like that was not even possible. And then I noticed it was like a crossover day in my cycle from one inner season to the other. Then I decided not to judge it. So thanks for that. Ooh, Emma, your inner child is coming out, more playfulness every day too. So that would be being on track. Cool. And Danielle, okay, off track would be accidents happening, feeling like you hit the end of the track, like there's nowhere to go, right? What do I do now? Memory loss. Okay. Memory loss. Yes. Okay. Beautiful. Well, I might be often off track because I got to say my memory is up until now different than what I would like it to be. I have not the best memory, and I will say up until now because I choose to believe that it can get better. Okay. Thanks for playing with me. We've identified what feeling on track looks like and what feeling off track looks like. The next question I have is, what does it mean about you if you are and when you are off track? What does it mean about you? Like, what are you saying? What are you entertaining in your mind that if you're behind, if you don't stop to take a pause, if you feel like you're always go, go, go and doing, and you never stop, if you feel like you have the brain fog and you're too busy and accidents are happening, what are you saying this means about you? Is it like you're such, oh, I wanted to swear. So you're such a SHIT show? Or is there another, you're such a meh? What's the word? What are you using? Not listening to your need for boundaries, looking for, hang on, I feel, so what it means about you when you're off track is that you're not looking after yourself first. So it might be like, would it be like this, Emma, that in the mind, it could go like, you've learned so much, you have all these tools and you still don't put yourself first. Like, come on, you have to listen to your boundaries. Gosh. That's sort of how it could sound for me. And we're looking at what it means about you. What are you judging yourself about when you fall off track? Jen, you feel like you're less than what you need to be. You use the word SHIT show all the time. Okay. I do too. I actually like the term. Okay. We've explored what feeling on track, off track, and what we're making it mean about us. And what I want you to please imagine is that all of this discussion about feeling on and off track, I want you to really imagine, please, that those are train tracks. Okay. Train tracks go horizontal. I'm not talking about the tracks that go in a circle in one of those amusement parks. Okay. I mean like a train track, like horizontal, straight, maybe with a bit of a curve and up and down, but it doesn't go vertical. We're not in a fiction movie. Okay. So feeling on and off track, that discussion, it's like on a train track where there's one direction. So if you want to play with me, imagine just put your forearm parallel, or put your arms parallel to the floor, and then just bend your elbow and bring your hand closer to your chest. So it's like the palm of your hand is facing down and your forearm is parallel to the floor. That is the horizontal line. We're going to practice now that when we connect to energy, positive energy source, it is not accessible when we stay on this horizontal line. Keep your one arm there with bent elbow, forearm parallel to the floor, palm face down. The forearm is like parallel to your chest as well. And take your other arm and come make an X or a T shape with your both arms. So I have my left arm horizontal, and I have my forearm, my left forearm horizontal, and I have my right forearm vertical. The vertical is the connection to the capital S self, and the horizontal is the connection to the small s self. When we stay stuck in I need to be on this track, I need to go this direction, otherwise when I fall off track, it means all these things about me. We stay in the small s self. We stay in the disconnect from the truth of who we are. We stay in a disconnect from who we truly are. When we connect to the vertical axis, and this is where we're going to practice the connection, we automatically arrive on track. It's like an instant coffee for feeling on track. Right now, practice. Feel both of the soles of your feet into the earth. And when I say this, for me, as soon as I say connect to the earth, feel the soles of your feet, as soon as I say that, I feel a tingling sensation. I feel a tingling sensation under my feet. I feel the connection. It's instant. And I'd love to hear how it feels like for you. Imagine now that under your feet, you were drawn energetically. That tingling sensation took you all the way to the core of the earth. All the way to the core of the earth. Yep, you can feel the tingly too. Thank you. You feel grounded. Yeah. Same. So the core of the earth will be like a vertical line straight down. Now, imagine that you continue this straight line from the core of the earth up through the tingly feeling through the soles of the feet, up through the legs, up through the core of your body, up the back, the front, the sides of your body, up the arms, up the neck and head. It pierced through the heart. Where else can it go? It can go more up. Imagine that there was this beautiful kind of attic door that you could pull open and have that energy from the ground just keep traveling up the vertical axis of the chakras of your energy, of the spine, of this just beautiful space. The body is the channel for this energy. The body is the filter. And yet the body is the tool to stay grounded and to live life here right now. As the energy rises from the earth, up the feet, up the legs, up the whole body, up through the crown of the head. Now, as soon as it hits the crown of your head, there's another energy. There's another kind of opening that you can imagine. In yoga, we'll use 1,000 petals for the Sahasrara chakra. It's like 1,000 petals opening wide. It's such a beautiful vision. And here I want you to imagine that from that crown of the head, or rather, imagine it from the universe, from positive energy source, higher up, past the stratosphere, past the planet, in the dark space of the magical universe of the unknown, but of the perfectly functioning universe and galaxy. That energy that makes it all run so smoothly, however you want to visualize positive energy source, however you want to call it. Can you imagine that source was pouring down, meeting the vertical line of your body and of the rooted earth energy through the crown of your head and then piercing down through the body? It's like a beautiful elevator energy up and down, vertical, of both grounding, presence, love, no judgment. With your eyes closed, feel that. There's no doing. In this specific moment, you don't need to do anything. You get to be. Notice how your energy is. Notice your body. Notice the softness in the face. Notice the reassurance. Are you willing to let yourself be held in this energy? Like, wow, this is the connection. Now, when you are in this place, I want you to please imagine that you could breathe in and open your heart. Breathe out and just feel even more expansive. Breathe in and feel spaciousness in the heart. Breathe out and feel relaxed and open. Yes, keep this up. Are you willing from this place to not judge anytime you're tired, anytime you're anxious, anytime your body is going through what it's going through, anytime you have emotional ups and downs, anytime you put the human pressure on yourself? Are you willing to remember this vertical connection, that is always accessible within you. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Feel the soles of your feet. Feel the crown of the head. Wiggle the toes. Rub the palms together. Feel back into your body. And then you can bring the hands to cover the eyes. And then blink open the eyes behind the hands. Let's do that again with the hands, with the arms. Forearm, left forearm, or whichever one you want. Forearm parallel to the floor. And the other forearm vertical. Whenever you're feeling off track, can you remove the horizontal arm and feel this center? The movement I like to make is imagining that I was pressing both of my hands together, but one on top of the other. So let's say that my palms are together in pranam or in namaste, but instead of the palm to palm, it's like tip of the fingers to bottom of the hand. So it's like I'm creating a longer line with my palms, with my hands vertically. And so when we feel on the horizontal, you can separate your hands and kind of grate the space in front of the heart with the fingers. When you're horizontally moving through life, you're separating the palms, and therefore there is less connection. When we bring the palms closer together and then align them one on top of the other in a vertical way, this is where you bring into the center. You bring in the connection and the energy in the heart to align vertically to who you really are. Align with the earth's energy. Align with positive energy source. Align with the now. And here's the magic. When you align with the now, wow, do you have more clarity? We're going to look at having clarity right now. So remain in this energy of I'm connected. I'm in the being energy. I'm connected to the capital S self, the vertical energy, the vertical axis. And I'm aware that I'm a human who lives horizontally on this train track. And I move and walk through life and travel through life in a horizontal way, unless you have a spaceship. So by moving in the horizontal way, you want to show up in the world. You want to make a difference. You want to live life with your passions. You want to lead and guide the people in your lives and your clients and your friends and yourself and your family. And to do that, you get to notice whenever you get separated from the vertical. Right now, what is one commitment that you are willing to make to yourself so that there's never such a thing as feeling off track? Because you're all good. Because you are connected to positive energy source anytime you want to. There's no such thing as feeling off track. Or if there is, then at least you know how to connect back. Feel the soles of your feet. Feel the crown of your head open. Feel your heart open with the breath. Connect back to the moment and ask yourself a question. What do I do next? And you will have an answer. And your role is to trust that the answer is exactly what you need. Even if the answer is a less big action. Okay. Even if the answer is a smaller action than what your mind would have wanted you to do because it quote unquote makes sense. But what if instead of actually giving a proposal to your colleague, the first next step gets to be to drink a glass of water or take a breath? Your inner wisdom is always there to guide you, and you are guided only when you are connected to positive energy source. Otherwise, you tap into the mind. We're not saying it's bad. We're saying it's just different energy. And we can connect to the mind and, of course, have the mind drive us from an even more impactful place when we remember that place and that energy of who we are, which is positive energy source, or however you want to call it. So I invite you to let go of any judgment whenever you feel like, well, when I'm tired, when I'm anxious, when, I have my body's changing, I have emotional ups and downs, and I'm feeling this pressure to do more, to be more. Are you willing to just notice that this isn't bad. Being tired isn't bad. Being anxious isn't bad. Your body going through changes isn't bad. Having emotions isn't bad. Can you connect to that? Can you connect to the being tired? Can you connect to the anxiety? Can you connect to the body's feelings and the emotions? Because when you choose to connect to that, you are being the channel, you are being the capital S self, because you are living life connected to the whole of who you are, which means the horizontal and the vertical. And it's not just the small S self with all the problems like feeling off track. You get to choose, and you get to be both. My chanting teacher, Gina, sings to be both at the same time. Both at the same time, both at the same time, human and divine, both at the same time. So Gina Sala, okay, full props to her. This is her song. And sometimes I get to be reminded of that. Thank you for being here on this. This is the second episode of the second year of the Be Happy Now show. And I'm so excited that you get to be a part of this journey. Remember that actually, if you want to get back on track, I created the Back on Track bundle, and it's available down from $1,000. It's available for $333, and it includes 10 of my best and most effective resources to get you back to feeling connected with yourself, feeling like you're in balance, feeling like you can shift your energy fast. And that actually also includes a one-on-one personalized affirmation creation session with me. So you actually get to play with what it looks like to create that deeper connection with yourself now. Just go to claudiasamsoulcoaching.com/back on track bundle and get it now. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you again next time. P.S. Make sure to rate the show. I would so appreciate your loving review and your 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Okay. Have a beautiful day, and thanks so much for being here. What is the biggest challenge when it comes to connecting to yourself? Jen, you don't think you're there yet. Okay. You feel like you have a lot to do. You can absolutely see yourself putting your arms, one horizontally and one vertically, and reconnecting with yourself in the positive energy. Great. Sometimes it starts at the willingness to go, wait, this thing doesn't have to have power over me. I wonder if it would be helpful to imagine that, okay, this analogy of the train is there. Like, okay, this is all the old us, okay? The old version of us. And Jen, even sometimes if that's you, as of now, just by being here, you're claiming it's no longer that. So the old us could have been, I'm going to say the word you, okay, but I mean it in a general sense, that you are on, as soon as the alarm rings, you step onto this train, the train has no stops. The train always goes. And like, if you walk in the train, like you go like this because there's so much going on that you can't feel like fully grounded. And there is a handle in the train that you could go turn off to slow it down, because it turns out that you have control over the train. So you could actually go, hang on, I decided to step onto this train. I'm going to decide to slow it down. And you could actually pull the lever and slow it down so that actually you stop wobbling in it, for one. And then you could choose when to fully stop it and step out and enjoy the view. So Jen, yeah, every day, yes, you can slow down the train. So I wonder if next time you find yourself in that go, 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 like, I can't stop it, it's here for the whole day, remember to pull the lever, however that looks like. Here's one way. turn the, on your computer, you know how you can turn the brightness? Turn it way down so you can see nothing, and take 3 breaths. You can't see anything. There's nothing. Turn off the volume, turn the screen's brightness to the lowest. Close your eyes and take 3 breaths. That can be you pulling down the lever. Another way could be that when you open your eyes, you make a conscious choice to step on the train. Maybe there's many trains. Maybe there's a train that's like the one where you get to have tea and they give you the little fancy cup so you can enjoy and look at the view and sit and chill. Maybe there's another one that you can work at. It's going fast, but it feels like you can walk in it. Maybe there are different trains, and when you wake up, you choose, okay, which train do I want to travel in today? Danielle was just asking, does it mean that the horizontal is negative if the vertical is positive energy source? If we say soul, human, okay, human is the one who judges right or wrong. Human is the one who puts meaning to stuff. Human is the one who says it's positive or negative. So the human me decided to name this vertical the positive energy source. And thank you for making me aware of this, because this means that I'm judging that energy source is not enough. Mm-hmm. I need to judge it as positive to connect to it. So what I wanted to say at the beginning is, or just now, that the soul self is neutral. The original soul, like, let's say this is the soul, the thing, the energy. There's no meaning. It just is. It doesn't mean good. It doesn't mean bad. It just is. It's an energy. So the source, the soul, is the energy. It's the human who will see everything as negative or positive. So is it negative to be on the horizontal? No, because as a human, this is how we express the soul. As a human, on the vertical, we travel, we make an impact by moving, by going the distance. The soul enters the human who moves through life even like this, but it includes maybe the positive and negative if we want to judge it that way. So this perhaps is a beautiful practice to go, okay, well, as a soul, there's nothing wrong with me. I am, period. And so you decide if you want to see the horizontal as negative or just as if you live only on this. Maybe it's just out of alignment. Maybe this is alignment and this is out of alignment. If they are separate, but if they're together, perhaps it's alignment. Because right now, as you are alive and well, you can't only be this. You have to be both. Mm.
You've been listening to the Be Happy Now show with me, Claudia-Sam. Flex your soul connection muscle and be your inner guide to fulfillment and purpose. You are worthy of being you and of connecting to what stops you from living the life you are meant to live. Access more soul connection coaching at claudiasamcoaching.com.